So there you go, Mr. Speaker. You ask a very straightforward question about the relationship between the Prime Minister's office and Robert Abdullah, who's been named in a corruption scandal in Montreal. And instead of answering, the government hides behind the member for the riding of dodging, ducking, and making things up. Is this the accountability that they promised Canadians in 2006? So we'll go back to simple facts here. In 2006, key Conservative insiders promoted Robert Abdullah as their choice for the Port of Montreal. Fortunately, the board pushed back. So what was the connection between the Prime Minister's office and Mr. Abdullah, and why did they want him to get this prime patronage position?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Transport.
Mr. Speaker, only for the NDP would it be a scandal when somebody doesn't get appointed. Only they would ask us about appointments that we don't have the power to make. But speaking of ducking and dodging, they didn't answer the question about their own illegal union donations, $340,000 of which were accepted and then covered up. Mr. Speaker, why won't they stand now to redeem themselves and state that they will support the Conservative bill before the House of Commons now to bring transparency to the way unions spend their workers' money?
The Honourable Member for Timmins James Bay.
Mr. Speaker, there they go again. You know, they promised Canadians accountability. Instead, they're hiding in the fantasy fiction world of the member opposite with his 50 shades of lame excuses. So let's go back to a little non-fiction here. The preferred candidate from the Prime Minister's office was Robert Abdullah. Tony Accurso wanted Abdullah at the port. Whoa. Mr. Abdullah is named in a corruption scandal in Montreal, and thank God the board said that they were not going to accept pressure from the Prime Minister. What were these Conservatives insiders trying to do by giving Mr. Abdullah this post? Simple question.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Transport.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not sure if you heard, but the gentleman in question did not get the post, and we did not have the power to offer it to him. But it's no wonder that they would try to distract from the issues before the House. One of them gives money to a separatist party and refuses to stand up and support Canada. The other tries to hide the fact that his party accepted $340,000 in illegal money, and all of them refuse to support a bill that would bring transparency so that workers can see how their money is being spent.